Ollie Mississippi MacDonald.
Yeah.
It's great to be here. Thanks for having me. Awesome.
You've just come off the stage with a great set. How was it for you?
Fabulous. It's been quite a week. It really has. And I love playing. That's all I want to do. I just live for that hour to get on the bandstand and do our thing. Great audience, sounded fab, gear's great, venue's fantastic. We had a good time.
And you played where yesterday?
This week's been a wild It's been a wild week. I had 2 nights with Paul Jones and friends. He has a charity show in Guildford every year, raising money for prostate cancer research. Tuesday and Wednesday night, and I was on the bill with Leanne Carroll. Absolutely love Leanne Carroll. Andy Fairweather-Low, Dave Kelly, Paul Jones, Chantelle McGregor, my new best buddy. We're hanging out in the bar. That was cool. Eric Bibb, the wonderful Eric Bibb, who is just extraordinary player and a lovely man. And it was all Tom Jones's guys, Paddy Milner, all of that. Headliner was Morrison. So Morrison. What a week.
I suppose playing at festivals, you manage to get to see other bands. How does that feel for you?
I love to watch. I love to watch and learn and see what people do and see how they sound. I love to hang out and meet people. It's been a brilliant week for that. Met loads of folks here. People I've known before, connecting with friends, people I've known of, and meeting for the first time and making new friends as well. I mean, what a world.
That's what it's about,
Absolutely.
About connection. The blues family as such. Do you think that blues matters nowadays?
Yeah, more than ever. Everything comes from the blues. Everything does. And it's always fascinating to me how like a relatively small geographical area in the state of Mississippi and Memphis has spawned almost everything you can trace back. Gospel, field recordings, R&B, big band, soul music, which became disco. It branched off into rock and funk and all this kind of stuff. Everything you hear today traces back to that. And people talk about keeping the blues alive. And I'm not sure about that phrase in the sense that when I look around and I see full rooms and I see, 2 full rooms on Thursday, it's thriving. And it's surviving. And there are so many great artists coming through in the UK and Europe, certainly in the US. I think of DK Harrell, I think of Kingfish. And I also think that, the older generation, Super Chican, High Rhythm, who I play with, are getting the recognition as well for the joy and wonder. And that's not something that needs keeping alive because it's positively bursting with life and energy. And that's what it means to me.
Definitely is still thriving and always evolving. And your influences, who really are influences?
A lot. From guitar, Albert Collins, Albert King. And I love it because of the space that they create and the tension. I love that sound. And Bobby Rush talks about the space between the notes. And he says, there's a wonderful phrase that the spaces have a rhythm of their own. And that's what makes things cool. That's great. As a musician all round, most certainly Royal Studios and High Rhythm and everything that happened there. Al Green, Ovi Wright. The Spotify end of year thing, 16 of the top Al Green listeners in the entire globe, which is some serious listening. But really them. And I've been very, very lucky to spend a lot of time with them recording, making records, and they've taken me under their wing. It's like having a family of the most wonderful people whose records I grew up to listening to, 26 gold and platinum records in a row. And now they're my friends and I love them dearly and how special.
And what keeps you going? What keeps you motivated in them getting up in the morning?
The joy of this. It's all I want to do. I love this. I can't tell you how much I love this. I love everything about it. The playing, the hanging out backstage, getting your gear together, meeting people. Like it just fills my heart with joy. And that's why.
What made you want to be a musician in the first place?
I think it was having a cool record collection at home. But like everybody, I guess, there were a couple of sort of formative moments. When I was 8 years old, I went to see the blues band, Reading Hexagon. And I said on stage on Tuesday night, because I did a number with Paul Jones, how life had kind of come full circle. I'm 48 tomorrow. 40 years previously, I'd seen Paul and the blues band play. And now we're playing and we're having a drink after the show. That was cool. But it was the thing that really turned me on, Wednesday, 7th of November, 1990. This was the era of Nirvana, and I didn't connect with that music at the time, but everyone could be in a band, loads of people had gear and suddenly it was accessible. And I remember him coming out at a cherry red 335, amazing flares, and, his kind of captain's hat. And he made the sounds like it sounded like the record from like a piece of wood. And I remember distinctly thinking, this is partly terrifying, partly, how's he doing this? And then of course you get hold of a guitar, and then you meet some friends and you learn a couple of chords, and then you're in a band, and then the next thing you know, you're out on the road in North Shields with a truckload of gear and a load of repayments. So how did it happen, man?
Oh, brilliant. Fantastic. And you got other albums in the pipeline coming up?
Yes. So I have recorded 2 albums with High Rhythm, all of my own material, and it's looking like the first of those is going to come out this year. It's produced by Boo Mitchell, won a Grammy Award for Uptown Funk, and of course he's the son of Willie Mitchell. It's got all of Al Green's original band, High Rhythm. We've got amazing folks on there, loads of Memphis musicians. The first album should come out later this year. I think probably the single will be about kind of April or so. We're just kind of gearing up. And then there's enough for another one to come out in the future.
Excellent.
That's where we're going next.
Fantastic. Good speaking to you.
Thanks very much for having me. Great to meet you.